Last weekend, I headed to Kalamazoo, Michigan for the Two in the Zoo convention, which was hosted by both the American Live Bear Association and the American Killifish Association. So let's go ahead and dive in and talk about my trip to Kalamazoo and the convention. Unfortunately, I was not able to get to the convention until Friday afternoon, but there were 3 events that you could attend on Thursday and Friday. On Thursday, you could attend a collecting trip where you could collect native Michigan fish like darters, sculpins, mad toms, killifish, and sunfish. On Friday, you could either visit the Wolf Lake Fish Hatchery, or you could go on a shop hop to 3 local stores in the West Michigan area. I was disappointed to miss these events, but my schedule unfortunately didn't allow for me to attend. I did make it Friday night though for one of my favorite events of the weekend, and that was the Goodeid Working Group auction, which is held Friday night. All the proceeds from the auction go to the Goodeid Working Group, as well as the various funds that the American Live Bear Association supports. For the first time, I was able to donate some fish back to the auction and give back to an event where I bought numerous species. I ended up donating 7 bags of fish, which included some tiger limia, Amica splendens, Xiphophorus milleri, Limia perugiae, and Capelyctes pardalis. Bringing some fish back to this auction was a goal of mine, and it's something I'll continue to do into the near future. As I've done in the past with these types of events, let's go ahead and listen to a bag of fish being auctioned off.
Pair in there. A pair, Dragodon Onyx, El Tabasco Black. We'll give you $20 for that. 22, 4, 6, 8, 32, 4, 6, 8, 40, 55, 65, 75, 85, 95, 100, looking for 110. 100, looking for 110. 110 anywhere? Buyer 23, $100.
An auction wouldn't be complete without me buying some new fish. I'll go ahead and save those till next week's video, where I can go through those more thoroughly with you. There was also a small vendor room which hosted a swap on Saturday morning. The swap had a great selection of many different types of fish, not only live bears. I was able to find some really cool live bears to add to my fish room that I'm really excited to keep. So let's talk about one of my highlights of the weekend, and that was the 2 fish shows, one featuring killifish and one featuring live bears. There were a lot of great fish entered into the show, and I really found it a great learning experience to see all the fish that were entered, especially comparing it to fish that I already owned. I had 11 entries in the live bear show and was able to win first place in 3 of the classes that I entered. One being my Variatus platy from Rio Coquilco, which won the best wild type platy. My wrestling half-beak won best all other live bearer, and my knife live bearer also won best other placillid. The knife live bearer also won the Robert Rush Miller Award for best in show wild. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of my other favorite fish from both the live bear and killie show. Stay tuned for some future videos, because I really do want to go in depth on both the live bear show as well as the killie show. One of the great aspects of this show were the educational opportunities provided by the speakers who are renowned in their fields. 2 of my favorites were Charles Clapsaddle, who spoke about the techniques to develop new strains of live bearers, and Pat Hartman, who spoke about the reintroduction of the Goodeid species Zoogeneticus tequila at Teotihuacan Springs in Mexico. Let's listen to a little bit of both talks, with Charles going first, followed by Pat.
So, one of the varieties, I think red-tailed blue varieties, 20 females. Didn't bother raising virgins. One of the pains of raising Facilidae is that the females can store sperm, and so you're not sure about parentage. But I knew there were genetic markers that I knew I could tell any hybrids from. So I tossed them together, and this was one of the results. This, by the way, had a red wag mother. And you can see it broke apart, that wag pattern. The twin bar was its dominant allele, so we had that. But the bar at the base and the gene that causes the spread are both recessive. So, but I knew that it was carrying those genes.
And then you select the 5 sites along the river, evaluate the ecosystem, and study the fish, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, so let's go through the sites. Site 1, Elmericat Springs, no vegetation. Site 2, across the road, vegetation. Site 3, heavy invasive vegetation. And part of the I didn't know where else to put this, so I stuck it in here. Part of the education process was having the locals harvest all this water lettuce and everything else out in mass, under the premise that if you clean up the river, the fish will want to go there. And so they're doing a very wonderful job with that. You see the piles and piles of water lettuce and a few other things that they harvest frequently. It's a continual process. Site 4 is midway toward the village. I don't remember from my walk exactly where it is, but that's what Garvelli tells me.
There's also an auction on Sunday morning, but unfortunately, I had a prior family engagement, which meant I had to leave early on Sunday morning. What I do know about that auction is they auctioned 1 killifish and then 1 live bear, which I thought was pretty interesting. I wish I would have been able to be there to see it. I hope you enjoyed taking a look at the 2 in the Zoo convention featuring both of these great organizations. I really had a great time and would really encourage you to attend an event like this in the future, especially if you're into live bears or killifish. Stay tuned to the channel over the next few weeks because there will be some other videos coming out about this event as well. With that being said, stay safe, stay fishy, and I'll catch you on the next video.